So now I'm going to go over a few things with you about your final project. Now understand, I'm not actually going to show you a full final project, but I am going to go through some of the things that you're going to be seeing. So first off, you will need to add a page that is called final topic. Now these directions are found. If you go over here and you go to final project guidelines, you will see that everything here is kind of step-by-step what you need. But one of the things I want you to know is that we have allowed you to have a little creativity with how you present this, but the information, certain information must be on there. So the first thing I want to do is I want to start with adding a page that's called Final Project, so that's where all my information will go. Okay. And then it's going to add it. Now, one of the things I will tell you is, just like before, I'm actually going to move this to the end so that it's at the very end of it. So as your teacher looks at your whole website, you'll notice that it's step by step, the things that you've done. Now I'm going to go ahead and publish this page just to make sure that it gets done. Remember, you hit publish and then publish again, and it will add it to it. And then we're actually going to go to that page. So what this is going to look like, I'm going to go back over to our guidelines. First off, we can take care of that. So I'm going to check mark that. And we're going to be using all of one page to share our information from our research. Now you have two options. You can embed some graphics or a video that you've created to share the information, or you can use the page to share your information. So if you wanted to say I'm going to insert a text box into, like, let's say we're going to call this section What I Learned About World War II. Oh, sorry, not one. Okay, so if I can do that, and I'm all about the different, I like to do a bigger font on that. I sometimes even like to add a little color to it. So, I mean, that's kind of based on you, how you want to work that. I can even add an image if I want to select an image for behind, if I want to create something like this, where it's got that background. I could definitely do that just to add some things. In fact, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't like that color, so I'm going to go back to the yellow. Now from there, I can continue to add another text box. I can, as you guys can see over here, we've got a couple of options here. I can add a map if I wanted to. I could, if I have information written out on a Google Doc, I could add it, or I can just add a text box and continue to do that. Now, if I'm, oh, sorry, what else? I was also going to say this. I'm going to show you a Prezi. Now, I will be honest with you guys, this Prezi is not about this. I'm just showing you another thing. This is something I used for something else. But let's say that I wanted to embed this somewhere. Okay, so if I wanted to share a view link, or if I wanted to embed, let's see, create a new link. Oh, no, that's not what I was looking for. I apologize. Let me look right here. Click on this again. I can either download it. It looks like all of that's locked though. So I can actually, let's see if I can make a copy. Okay, this is a little different than I expected, but I can definitely share my view link if I wanted to. If I am, let's see, if I wanted to play this, then I could, if I had a Prezi that I was going to share with you guys, I could add it in here if I wanted to. I also have, actually, you know what I've got? Okay, Prezi is probably not the way to go. So I'm actually going to go over to a s'more. S'more is what I like to use for my, it's basically a digital flyer, if you will. So that's what I use for all of this. I'm going to put one of these in here real quick. One of the ones I've used. In fact, I'll put the Wolfpack Library one. Just going to show you an example of this real quick. So if I do this, I can actually hit copy or an embed code, and I can hit copy for the embed code. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to hit the embed insert, and I'm going to put the embed code because that's what it is. And I'm going to hit next, and this is correct. And then there we go. I can put the whole thing in if I wanted. So that's definitely a way you can go with s'more. A lot of our websites do this. If you want to do a Canva, you can do that. Y'all have done that before. And then I just have to make sure and hit publish. Now you guys have, and here, let me go ahead and hit publish since I've made 2 changes. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, what you do have to make sure you do is you share your information from your project. You have to make sure that you have given everyone that information. So on your final project also, remember, creativity does matter, so does neatness. We need to make sure everything looks right. You also need to have 3 pictures that represent your topic. Now, there's a couple of different ways on your Google site that you can do this. You can do it with add an image right here, or you can do an image carousel. Now, so if I want to add an image from here, I'm going to select, because I have them in my Google Photos, my Google Drive, and then I'm going to go to my photos or pictures for sites, and then it's going to show me the different ones I've done. Now, guys, remember, these are actual photos, so I'm just going to click there real quick, and I'm going to hit insert. Now, guys, again, we want it to look good. If you're going to do it here, you have an option. You can either pull it over to where it's centered, or you can make it bigger, okay? And you can drag it down a little bit so it doesn't lose the information that you want it to have. Again, by centering it, I'm kind of going to pull it over, or I can drag it a little bit. There, that's a little bit better, okay? And then I'm also going to do this so I can see the whole title on the top, okay? So there's that. I can also do an image carousel, which is right here, and I can add extra images. I'm going to select my images from my Google Drive again, pictures for site, and I'm just going to choose these 2 because these are the 2 I have. Oh, I guess it's only wanting me to choose 1 for right now. And then I can select image again, Google Drive, pictures for site, and we'll do that one now. And then I have an insert, and then again I can do this. Now let me show you what that looks like whenever I go up here to the preview of what that would look like. Okay. And then it's got it where it can go between pictures. So if you wanted to do that, you totally could. Okay. So that's how you can add pictures. If I'm going to get out of my preview, let's say you want to add your video. Video can go in the same place. Now remember, we're doing this all on one page. Nothing changes. Now I'm going to come back over here to your guidelines. We do expect that one video represents your topic. That video can be you recording yourself telling about what you've learned. That is perfectly acceptable for you to do that, okay? But if you have a video that you got from, let's say, YouTube, I was going to come back over. I thought I still had it pulled up. But I'm just going to add one of my videos that we've created through all of this, okay? I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to come up here and hit Control C. And then if I come back over to my website, you guys know this, but I'm still showing you, is that if I go down to my YouTube, I can do this, and I can hit search. It's going to see it right there. Now you guys know that I also have that other video that I had. So if I go to YouTube and then go to uploaded, it's just the ones that I've uploaded. Never mind. But you could also, one thing that you could do is, we know that in my Google Drive, I have a video there. So what I would need to do is I would need to go to Drive. I would need to go, because remember that I did have those other things that were in my pictures. My other options here. I had my audio. I had my video. So let's try to add this video and hit insert, and let's see what happens. And there's my video. Again, I'm going to spread it out so again it looks good. There we go. And then I'm going to do that one more time just so I can add that audio so you guys can see what that would look like. So if I'm looking just to add the things that I've downloaded, I can pretty much do this on any of them, and then I can insert that in here. Now you'll notice that there's different ways, there's different layouts that they will give you. Let's see, where did that go? Okay, I don't see, let's try that again. I don't see where that went. Hit insert. I might not have hit insert. Okay, it looks like it might be having trouble downloading the audio, but if it doesn't work, that's fine. I had extra just in case. So that's just something that you guys can see that and see what, and since I've made so many changes, I'm going to go ahead and hit publish and hit publish again. And let's go ahead and preview what's going on with this. You'll notice, let's see if this works. So this video is to show you that one works, and then you'll notice my s'more with my information. And then I've got a couple of pictures, and then I've got this picture, this.
On December 7th,
and that is also
1941.
working. So we did get on that part right there. And so that's the different things you can do. Remember, you can also add text boxes about what you learned about World War II. If I'm going to exit out of this real quick, if you wanted to add a text box about what you learned, I could go here and say that it started. I could say when it started, when it ended, who was involved. So basically, I can put the answers to my questions here if I wanted to without actually writing out the questions. That's one thing. Remember, creativity is part of this. And so it's not necessarily something we like to see, something so simple, but remember, getting all the things on the guidelines done is the key, okay? So that is how you adjust your final project. Remember, when you're turning in the link for your final project, is I go right up here and it will give your teacher, whenever you turn it in, it'll be just the link for this project right here.